All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. I wanted to jump on here right quick because I just got out the news. And so this has to do with some questions that came into the newsroom. Whenever I do the evening news, we always seem to we always do answering viewers' questions about money, usually around debt. And the other person that joins me is a credit expert or credit card expert, something like that. Either way, he's cool. But we answer money questions, right? And so we're on there today. Whenever I do the evening one, I don't know what the questions are going to be. Hey, how are you? I don't know what the questions are going to be at all. They are able to text them in, and because they're able to text them in, you just got to answer them on the fly. And that's why I tell those who want to get in the media, want to get on the news, and get in publications, all that kind of stuff. You really have to be very knowledgeable in your industry, in your business, your product, what service, whatever it is. You can't just have surface level knowledge, because if you get into those kind of situations like I had today, you can end up getting tripped up. Now, I'm not gonna be on here long, y'all, because you see my hair is starting to puff up because it's hot in my house because my air conditioning is broken. So I got to get my hair wrapped back up because I can't let this natural get fuzzy. So we're gonna make this quick. All right, we're gonna make this quick. A lot of the questions today, we had student loan questions. People, whenever I'm on, they're always going to ask student loan questions, and how to get out of debt, savings, and that kind of stuff. We talked about travel a little bit today, but I want to just talk real quickly about a lot of the questions that came through, and they were about credit and how people are getting denied credit cards and stuff like that because they had a bankruptcy, or they had a foreclosure or repossession. And another person, it was something about they have credit card debt, but the credit card, not the credit card, the agency who's collecting it or whatever it is won't go below $200 or something like that, and which means they're just gonna have to pay it. And the reason I did this live, and like this is just off the cuff, this has to do with the news, I came up with this, is that you all know I don't care nothing about credit scores, credit cards. That's me. I don't care. You ask me my credit score, I don't know, and I don't care because I don't borrow money. All right, I don't borrow money, and I show students around the world how to live their lives without credit or credit scores, and they do just fine. They've been doing fine for 10 years, tens of thousands of them. Okay, so I don't care, but I wanted to do this live with you anyway. I'm probably going to go deeper into this in the future when I have time and air condition, but I wanted to do this right now because of what these people said. So they were worrying about getting a credit card after all of these different situations they have gone through financially. And that's what you need to stop thinking about credit and debt, because that's what it is debt. You're basically trying to figure out how I can get back into a bad financial situation. You're not trying to figure out how to put money in the bank. You're not trying to figure out how to increase your savings or start investing. You're trying to figure out how I can get a piece of plastic. I don't have my wallet around me. Piece of plastic so I can go back into debt again. That is not the answer. You need to start worrying about credit and credit cards. You need to worry about some money. All right? You need to run. Anybody that's on here that and I'm telling this to you all, like if you follow me, you already know what it is, okay? When it comes to credit scores and credit cards, right? You should know what it is. Like, and that's what I'm gonna do. When I do the full one, when I do the long live, maybe doing on multiple platforms, you need to worry about some money. You need money in the bank. Like, that's why I don't care about a credit score or credit card. I'm worried about how do I get more money in this bank account, the other bank account, that investment account, and the other investment account. How do I get some money? Three numbers don't do nothing for my bank account at all. And if ain't nothing showed you that in this last year they have come out with $5 trillion out of Washington D.C. And you think they care about anybody's credit score? All right? Do you think they care about anybody's credit score? They done gave family of four easily almost $13,000. You think they looked at anybody's, all them checks that came out, you think they looked at any of y'all credit scores? Nope. They done gave out how much? Almost $1 trillion in Paycheck Protection Program money, And by the way, they don't check your credit score for that or the EIDL. So there's a couple of $1 trillion that they not looking at nothing. Another $400 billion came out for the restaurant revitalization fund, whatever that word is. And guess what? They not looking at none of them restaurants' credit scores. They don't care nothing about it. They trying to keep this economy going. They trying to keep it from going into a doggone recession and depression. They not looking at nobody's credit scores, and they don't care. They just throwing out trillions. So the real focus for those who ask these questions, definitely don't need to worry about credit, but for everybody, is your bank account. You need to get your money up. That's what I tell myself every day. Like, if I want to travel more, I need to get my money up. I need to get my money up. If I want to do this in my business, I need to get my money up. Because I'm not borrowing money from nobody. Everything in the past 10 years with my business has been cash. When y'all see me traveling, when I go speak before the pandemic, cash. Before they pay me. People don't pay me before I go. So when y'all see me on planes and y'all see me in restaurants and hotels and rental cars, that is my money. This business is funded by my bank account, okay? My business bank account. That's it. Anything you see I got, bought cash. Because I understand that the only numbers that matter is the ones in my bank account. Because this world, they make you think that they care about that credit score. They do not. I have talked to bankers that have had someone in their office with, 800, but they had so much debt on their back that they was like, I can't give you this money to start this business because they had too much debt. They were a risk. Who cares what their credit score was? Their credit score is high because they kept borrowing money and paying people back. That, you want a high credit score? That's what you do. And I'm going to go, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is a rant live. I am ranting, okay? Because I want people to get it in their heads that they need money. Like, you're sitting there focusing on these 3 numbers that don't matter. You can get a house without sitting there worrying about a credit score. Get your money up. Get your 20% down payment. And you be like, oh, I can't get a 20% down payment. You need to start wanting a $300,000 house and look for you a $100,000 starter home and get you 20 grand. Like I said, the money that's been coming out of Washington in the last doggone year, I mean, what we got? What is three checks? So at the least, y'all got about $3,000. $3,000 plus, and that has nothing to do with your tax refund you got last year and this year. That could put you close to the 20, at least to the 10. So what does it mean that you take 2 years patiently waiting and saving up your money and get your 20% down payment for a $100,000 starter home, and then you pay that house off in 4 or 5 years because you've already shown that you can save $20,000 in 2 years. So in about 5 or 6 years, you can pay off that house and start renting it out. You already started your real estate portfolio, and you renting it out to somebody. Get you another house, a little bit bigger house after you save your down payment again, and now they paying part of your new mortgage, right? It's called patience. And the reason why people love that 3-number credit score is because you don't have patience. And so when you don't have patience, you have to borrow money. That's what it is. That's what this country is built on, not having patience. Because guess what? Credit cards weren't even available for African Americans until like the 70s or 80s. So when I see African Americans especially, foaming over doggone 3 numbers and the credit cards, I'm like, they didn't even want y'all to have it in the 70s or the 80s. It was not 40s. It was like 70s. They didn't even want y'all to have it. My grandmother didn't have no credit. My mother didn't have no credit. Couldn't get no credit card back then. Why is y'all trying to jump on this? Get you some money in the bank. And the rant is mainly because I don't have no air conditioning. My air conditioner is broken. So those that just came on here, that's why I'm glistening, because it's hot in here. But I just got off the news, and this is coming from being on the news and the questions that people are asking. Like, I love the questions because it gives me content to talk about. If you have been in bad financial situations before, your solution is not to get a credit card. It's not to get a tool that puts you back in debt. That makes absolutely no sense. You need to build your financial life back up with real money that goes in a bank. Pay your debt down or off to get that risk out of your life. That is what you need. That is what's going to keep you from ever going back to that place again. It just will. Okay? So like I said, this was an impromptu live. Turned into a rant. But yeah, if you've been following me for a long time, you know I care nothing about credit cards. I haven't had a credit card since 2006, and I haven't borrowed money since 2006. And I've had at least 3 cars since then that has been paid for cash because I save up my money. And this is not because I'm an entrepreneur. If I was still in corporate America, I would have still been able to buy those cars because I paid my debt off, and all the money I save money every month for emergencies like that. Like when I had my Honda Accord, which was a 98 Honda Accord. I had a 98 Honda Accord. I knew one day that thing was going to go out. It didn't go out. It got wrecked. Not by me. But I had been saving money. So when it got wrecked 2 years ago, I saved up enough money to buy my 2014 Altima cash, $7,000. And when I got to the, we about to get off for real because I got to put my hair back up. This heat in here is about to make my stuff go all the way wrong. But either way, when I got to the dealership, a used car dealership, he was like, so what's your credit score? I told him, I said, you don't even need to worry about that. I don't even know what my credit score is. You tell me how much this car is. When you come with cash for anything, furniture, anything that you use, dishwasher, wash and dry, whatever, when you come bring cash to the table, like Wu-Tang said, cream, cash rules everything around me. Cash is king all the time. Queen all the time. Cash, that's what's going on in the housing market right now. You see all these houses just flying off the market. They not worrying about nobody credit. All these people coming with cash offers and they getting the houses. It don't matter nothing about nobody credit. They got money, and money talks and everything else walks. Nobody's credit is matters right now in the housing market because everybody coming with cash. They either paying, bringing 40% down payment, half down payments, or they coming with the full price. My friend, we had lunch today, and she said that somebody was one of her friends was trying to get a house 2 days. Like she was almost about to get it, and somebody came with a cash offer and took it from her. They didn't come with a better credit score. They came with money, because that's the only thing that matters in this world is money. That's it. Money beats out every single thing. Money beats out everything in this country and in this world. Because the United States, honestly, it's one of the few countries that even have a credit score. Take your mind global. You leave out of this country, people don't have credit scores. Jamaica doesn't have credit scores. Dubai doesn't have credit scores, by the way. And that's what I found amazing. Like, Dubai would give you a credit card. They'll let you get a car and everything without a credit score, right? Because their thing is, if you don't pay them back, you can't leave the country. So, there's that. So, they don't have credit scores, but they make sure they go get their money back. So, and you can do it. You want to buy a house cash, you can do it. Like, seriously, if you all look, and this is not the story for everybody, but just take a look at how much you spend each year. Look how much you make and you bring home and how much you have at the end of the year. Because I'm sure a lot of people, just like I used to when I was in corporate America, where did all my money go? I spent every bit of it. That's what I did when I was in corporate America. So a lot of people say, well, Janae, I can't come up with a 20% down payment for a house. I can't come up with a 40% down payment for a house. I can't buy a house for cash. But you made $70,000 last year, and let's say you brought home 50, and you ain't got nothing but $2,000 saved up in the bank. Where is the money going? That's what you need to ask yourself. Where is your money going? And like I said, y'all, I'm about to get off here because my hair getting puffy. This can't happen. So, because I'm not getting my hair done next week. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. So we're done. All right, we're done. Y'all that just came on here, feel free to look at the replay. But please stop worrying about them three numbers. Please stop worrying about a credit card. You need money in the bank, period. Money rules everything. Like today, I seen a flight to Greece for $500. I don't need a credit score for that. I need money. That's it. When my business, when I need something for my business, like I'm about to have to hire 2 people, I need money. I don't need a credit score. I need money to pay them. And the reason I'm doing this is because what I'm telling you all right now, what I've said on this live, is a very unpopular opinion. Like, very unpopular. Very unpopular. But it's the truth. And if you want to be a outlier, like Malcolm Gladwell says, if you want to be an outlier when it comes to money, worry about your money being in the bank and getting more of that, and stop worrying about them 3 little numbers. Because I'll give you a little update. President Biden is thinking about completely taking that out of the hands of Experian and Equifax and TransUnion and putting it into the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Credit scores. He's thinking about putting it into the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and pretty much eliminating them 3. So if you think that them three numbers mean something, wait till he move it to the doggone Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It won't mean close to nothing then. All those 3 little bureaus would lose every bit of their power, because they won't be able to pretty much make people in this country think that those numbers are so important that you can't have a financial life without them. You can. Like I said, I haven't had a credit card since 2006, and I haven't borrowed money since 2006. And I am aggressively paying this house off. So eventually, like I said, I don't know what my credit score is now. I couldn't tell you at all. Eventually, it's going to be 0 because this house will be paid off. That's the only debt I have. And because I will have no debt, my thing will be 0. My score will be 0 because they won't be able to find me because I haven't borrowed money. He's messing with my business. He need to leave it alone. Yep, that came out about a month ago that he's thinking about moving, credit scores and all that stuff to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, because Equifax, was it Equifax? Yeah, Equifax was the one that got all our data taken and it's down on the black market. So yeah. So there it is right there. So I hope y'all have had a great Tuesday. Like I said, soon is just found out I gotta get a whole nother air conditioning unit. Cash paying for that. The man told me how much it's gonna be. He ordering it. He go put it in there. And so cash for that as well. I don't have credit cards because I don't borrow money. So those thousands will be the ones that is coming out of my bank account. Hey, how are you? So that's what I mean by making sure that you got money in the bank. All right? Make sure you got money in the bank. Please, 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 please focus on that. Okay? Focus on that so much. Okay? All right. Y'all have a good one. I got to go wrap my hair up before it gets puffy. And I've been wasted 2 hours of my day-to-day in a hair salon for no reason. As you can see, I got to go. Y'all have a good one. Bye.